This is my second time, and it still touches me.
And the first thing that comes to my mind and it touched my heart is, where was I? And what I get out of this is to be more conscious that at this time that we may be happy, but there's always somebody else going through battles, and we have to not just to live a life without being conscious and always be helping other people.
Unity and reconciliation is the tool the government used to unite the Rwandans after the genocide against Tutsi in 1994. 26 years later, today survivors rebuild their lives until they live with those who killed their families in their same village. Sene Ruvugiro Emmanuel, he has experience and he is expert in making judicial reports. He was in Rwanda before genocide against Tutsi in 1994. He knows very well how the government in Rwanda that was led by Hutu tribe sensitized genocide ideology in the country. During this ideology, some Rwandans fled the country, others' houses were burned. This led to the genocide where 1 million Tutsi were massacred.
Le miracle qu'il y a eu 26 ans après. Parce que d'avril à juillet 1994, le Rwanda a été totalement réduit en cendres. 26 ans après, donc réduit en cendres, il faut comprendre la matière humaine. Presque tous les Tutsis avaient été massacrés. Les Hutus avaient fui le pays. Les infrastructures étaient complètement détruites. Les maisons, les routes, les hôpitaux, les écoles, tout était complètement détruit. Aujourd'hui, on comprend mal comment 26 ans après, tout est neuf, tout fonctionne. Les gens se réunissent, il n'y a pas de problème dans la communauté.
And I'm one of the survivors against the Tutsi in 1994. In this region, a terrible and horrible history was made.
byukuri rwari urugamba rukomeye cyane kugira ngo ubone uwakwiciye, byari ibintu bikomeye cyane.
It wasn't easy for us to see that person who killed your own standing in front of you asking for forgiveness because they won't return whatever they destroyed.
Ubwo twahuriye n'ubuzima bubi bwo mu mitima yacu, mbese twababona twagiraga ubwo twumva ko ubwicanyi bakibufite n'imihoro bayigendana.
So we could see one of them and we could be terrified, thinking that they still have machetes in their court or wherever they work from.
Ubwo baraje abapasiteri bababwiye baraduhuza batuganiriza, ariko ku munsi wa mbere twumvaga ko byanga bikunda bafite ubugome bubi.
So at first, like the guy shared, when two pastors approached us, we didn't feel like talking to them. They didn't feel like talking to us. On the first day, it failed, so we had to resume on another day.
Hatwe twababyeyi twabonaga bamwe ari imfubyi abandi ari abapfakazi, twumvaga dufite agahinda keshi.
So as mothers, we could feel more anguish because our sons and daughters were orphans and we couldn't do anything about that.
Ubwo barakomeje umunsi ugira kabiri batwigisha ijambo ry'Imana, batwigisha kubabarira, twumva imitima yacu nayo iragenda ibohoka, turababarira.
So the following day and the following hours, they came to us, the preachers came to us, taught us about forgiveness, receiving those who hurt you, forgiving them over and over again. As time goes by, we understood that we need to live with them anyhow, so we started feeling peace and love coming back to us.
Ubwo bimaze iminsi nibwo batangiye kujya baza batwegera dusaba imbabazi, batwereka imibiri abantu bacu bayishyize, twari tugenda tuyishingura mu cyubahiro.
So those killers came to us, asked for forgiveness, and they could point on where our relatives and siblings were buried so we could bury them officially in the different sites of the country.
On voit que, en réalité, le miracle n'a pas été tellement un miracle parce que tout est question de volonté. Autrement dit, contrairement à la volonté politique qui avait opté pour le massacre d'une partie de la population, autrement dit, pour le génocide, il y a eu une volonté maintenant de reconstruction, d'émerger, descendre pour faire un pays où, comme traditionnellement on connaissait le Rwanda, tous les Rwandais sont un, dépendamment des différences qui avaient été établies, mises en place par les systèmes politiques des anciens régimes.
Two pastors approached us, Etienne and Gashagaza. They came and taught us how to be together again, how to be one people again.
Ubwo batangiraga no kujya mu magereza kujya kwigisha abantu bari baratwiciye.
So they moved to another level whereby they stepped into prisons of Rwanda, advising people who committed a genocide against the Tutsi to confess and repent their sins.
Nibwo batangiraga kwirega no kusaba imbabazi.
So they started confessing and asking for forgiveness for whoever they killed for or they offended.
Umugabo wanjye yemeye yuko yagize uruhare rwo mu bantu batandatu biyishe uwo mugabo wanjye.
So my husband also came to confess that he killed, among the people who died around the neighborhood, he killed 6 of them.
Ariko muri jewe numvaga ko tutagomba guhura ngo dusangire cyangwa tuganire.
But whenever that they could bring us together, I didn't feel like relating to any survivor because I couldn't receive them as my own.
Ariko buhoro buhoro igihe cyarageze tugenda tukundana, ubu n'abavandimwe nta kibazo dufitanye mu bana cyangwa no muri bagenzi banje b'abadamu.
But along the time, I felt like I should forgive them and receiving them. Now they are my families, they are everything to me.
Ubwo twakomeje ko urukundo rwakomeje ruza gahoro gahoro kugeza ubwo abana bo wiciwe n'uwishe ubu ngubu ntiwapfa kubamenya ubu bose ni bamwe iyo ashonje aza kurya iwanjye nanjye uwanjye yabashonje akajya kurya iwiwe.
We reached to a level whereby you can't differentiate or distinguish a kid from a survivor and a kid who killed. Those parents had issues, but the kids don't even know because they came together and realized that they are fighting for nothing.
Sen also knows where how after the genocide the government led by His Excellency Paul Kagame set an arbitral justice that led to unity among all Rwandans. Today the genocide survivors have unity with genociders. They live in the same village, share together and get married. They are striving to improve their families and the country in general.
Donc, une justice où la victime a eu justice par ses anciens voisins et même des membres de famille de ceux qui avaient tué les siens. Donc, cette volonté donc, politique, ensuite l'état de droit, qui ne fait pas que juger.
Rwandans stopped divisionism ideology and have now adopted the Munyarwanda program, which means I am Rwandan. In Rwanda, a tribe is no longer talked nor put into people's documents. All people share equal rights.
Mbega tubanye neza mu uyu mudugudu wacu nta kibazo ntushobora kuza ngo umenye ngo uyu mwana n'uwacu cyangwa n'uwacitse ku icumu. Mbega iyo bari kumwe bose ubona barabasangira bimwe bakina bimwe mbega tubanye neza nta kibazo dufitanye.
So nowadays we are really compatible with each other because you can't even tell the children that are not really from the same
ubu icyo duharanira ni ukwitiza imbere iby'amacakubiri twarabirenze.
We no longer think about segregation or divisionism. We are thinking about one thing that can bring us success together. Thank you.
umugore wacitse ku icumu ari n'uwafunzwe twese tugahuriraho turi umuntu umwe tutavugira ngo kuri n'umuhutu n'umututsi.
So at that time when we started having this idea of putting a basket together, as we started bleeding and everything, we realized that there's no more a Hutu and a Tutsi in our community.
Abana bacu bafite amatorero bahuriramo hano nuko muje bwije ntibarebera umuhutu cyangwa umututsi wose babyina bavanze.
So now the encouragement came from the churches we attend every Sunday and every time. Our kids can dance in front of everybody. There is no Hutu and the Tutsi anymore. You can't even tell who is who.
Urwego tugezemo ari umututsi arashingira umuhutu nako ntarubwo tuvuga ngo ni umuhutu turashyingirana tutarebera ku muhutu cyangwa ku mututsi.
So we no longer look at the nose and size of everything. We just give brides and bridegrooms. Whoever is falling in love for each other, we just do the wedding. That's it. We don't care.
Umugore wafunzwe ntabwo yajya kwa muganga ngo ampishe arambwira cyangwa nanjye nkamubwira.
So if a lady of a killer or a survivor has an issue, take her to the hospital. We don't have to say, you did this. We all go together. We don't have any differences anymore.
Dusangira kuri byose arubushira turasangira ari byo kurya usanga hose twicaye twishimye duseka dusangira.
So we share everything. Everything means everything, including food, drinks, and even socializing with each other. It comes in everything we share.
Mais aussi met sur place des lois, par exemple des lois qui gouvernent, qui essaient de canaliser cette unité et réconciliation en luttant notamment contre l'idéologie du génocide, par exemple, des choses qui n'étaient pas avant. Tout cela a permis un vivre ensemble qui jusqu'ici a réussi à permettre à la population et à l'État de vaquer à autre chose que à penser aux problèmes liés au génocide. Donc, tout compte fait, toutes les couches de la communauté rwandaise, de la société rwandaise aujourd'hui, sont conscients que mieux vaut vivre en paix et la part de tout un chacun. Grosso modo, je crois que c'est ce qu'il y a eu, c'est l'analyse que l'on peut faire sur la question.
And I'm not done with you yet, Rwanda, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord.